Hello all, myself Prachi Agarwal, Assistant Professor Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College in the Department of Electronics and Communication. So today my topic for the present for this lecture is Digital Communication Basics, and this is running in 6th semester. So content I will be covering is types of communication system, block diagram of digital communication, difference between analog and digital communication, advantages and disadvantages of digital communication. So communication is basically the process of broadcasting and transmitting, storing and viewing data and information using electronic devices and circuits. So we all know that when transmitter is there and the receiver is there, when we need to transmit data, so the whole process which is composed of transmitter, receiver and the channel is a communication system. So communication system is basically of two types. First is analog communication system and the second one is digital communication. In the analog communication system, we have a simple transmitter. The transmitter is basically analog input. Since we all know that when we are talking about analog communication, so we are using a signal that is in analog, that is continuous signal, that is continuously time varying. So here in the transmitter, we will be applying this signal. Then we have input transducer. Transducer means to basically it changes a signal from this particular type to another type. And then we have modulator. Modulator is a very important block in the communication system because it helps for the transmission of a low frequency signal over a high frequency system. So using carrier signal. Then we have channel. Channel is basically the medium from the transmitter and the receiver. So this whole blocks are basically transmitter and these blocks are all receiver. Then we have demodulator. Demodulator works opposite of modulator, and then output transducer, which basically converts the proper signal in that form which we have actually applied at the transmitter part. So this is a basic of analog communication. Then we will be moving our main topic, that is digital communication. So digital communication, the communication in which the information is transferred by using digital signals. So in analog communication, it was analog signals, and here we are using digital signal. So digital signal means we are using signal in the form of 1-0. So when signal is in the form of 1-0, it is basically digital signal. And we all know that there are several techniques where analog signal can be converted into this form using the first of all, the PCM is one of those techniques which helps in conversion of those analog signal to this by converting it into discrete time signal than to digital signal. So here the communication in which information is transferred by using digital signals in between transmitter and receiver is known as digital communication. So this is the basic block diagram of digital communication system. Here I have mentioned discrete time signal. So discrete time signal is basically the signal that suppose this is your analog signal, and when we have sampled this analog signal, these are the process of basically PCM, that sampling, quantizing and then encoding. So we need to quantize it and then we need to encode it, right? So this particular signal is basically converted into digital signal, and there in between when we are sampling it and quantizing it, there we got a discrete time signals, right? So discrete time signals are used for carrying the information from one point to another. So taking a look on this basic block diagram of digital communication, this is very important. And first of all, what we are using is source. Source is the actual signal which we need to transmit. Then we have input transducer. Input transducer means the source may be if you are sending your voice signal. So voice need to be converted into some electrical signal and then to a digital signal. So transducer basically helps to convert one form of signal to another form of signal. So this is the basic work of transducer. Then we have source encoder. Source encoder and channel encoder. Then the replica, channel decoder and source decoder. These are the very important blocks in the digital communication basic block diagram. Source encoder basically removes the redundant bits. Redundant bits are some extra bits. So basically what is your actual signal? The actual signal only passes through it, and if there is any extra bit that will get removed. from this source encoder. Because when we are removing those extra bits, those redundant bits, it basically decreasing the bandwidth of the signal, and it will help in the good propagation of your signal. Then we have, and for this channel encoder, we have different type of channel encoding techniques, like your Huffman code, your Shannon-Fano coding, etc. So these basically helps in source encoder. Then we have channel encoder. So in the source encoder, we have removed the extra bits, redundant bits. In the channel encoder, we are adding those some extra bits. Why we are adding? Because now we have to detect the error, and then after detecting we have to correct it. So we are adding some extra bits. Those bits are basically parity bits to our signal, and basically that helps in recognizing our signal, because at the decoder part we know that those extra bits which we are added, and if there is any change in the actual signal, so that can easily be identified. So suppose your signal is 1010, right, and we have added 01. So 001 is basically the parity bits you have added. So in this case, the total number of ones are odd. And at the channel decoder part, if you have received some, like if you have received like this, right? So here the number of ones are odd, and now you are receiving number of ones as 4 even. So there may be, it will be easily identified that there is some error in the code, because 01 is the parity bit that is already added, and your code, the actual data is some change. So we need to identify it basically. Then we have digital modulator and digital to analog converter. This basically a part of modulator, the same modulator which we have, which you have studied in the analog communication. In digital modulator, we are using a digital signal which we need to transmit. So we have different techniques of digital modulation, like we will be having ASK. ASK is amplitude shift keying, that helps the signal to transmit to different systems. Then we have FSK, we have PSK, and we have another several techniques. So basically modulation are of two types: coherent modulation and non-coherent modulation. So all the all the modulation part is basically cover up in digital modulation. So here also we will be requiring some carrier signal. Carrier signal, we all know that it is a high frequency signal, and these signals, as we know that there is some digital signal and we need to transmit it. So this is a low frequency signal. So we need some high frequency signal to carry it to that particular systems, right? So that is the basic work of digital modulation or a modulation. Then we have, if there are several signals are coming, like at the same time several users are there and several signals are coming. So all the signals will get overlapped each other at the reception part, at the receiver part. So we need some techniques because of which those signal will reach timely and those signal will not interfere. So that is basically helps in proper good propagation of your signal. So that is also a part of digital modulation. So that technique is basically multiplexing. So we have several reasons that why we use modulation. So here, since it is a digital communication, so we are using digital modulator, right? Then we have channel. Channel is just a medium to transmit our signal. Then this is a digital demodulator. So digital demodulator is just opposite of digital modulator. Here we have done modulation, the same signal will get demodulated here. So we have different block diagrams of this. If we are studying ASK, then we have different modulation technique of ASK. Then we have different demodulation of ASK. So whatever modulation technique we are using, accordingly the modulator and demodulator are going to be changed, right? Then we have channel decoder. Channel decoder is again the parity bits which we have added to it, the redundant bits which we have added to our signal, those need to be identified and those need to be removed so that your actual signal will pass on. Then we have source decoder. So in this Huffman coding and Shannon-Fano or another types of encoding, source encoding, we have coded our signal, right? Our signal or complete signal is coded in the form of bits. So now in this decoder part, it will analyze and then it again get decoded. Then afterward, the last block is output transducer and digital to analog converter. Since here also we are receiving a signal that is digital, right? So that this digital signal need to be converted into actual signal. Actual signal might be your voice signal, whatever it is, so it need to be converted. So again we are using our transducer. Transducer basic work is to convert one type of signal to another type of signal. So hope this block diagram is clear to you. So again I am telling that this is source. Source is the actual message which you need to transmit. Then we have input transducer. Transducer is basically that thing which converts one form of signal to another form. Then source encoder. Source encoder is helping to encode our source, our data. So here we are removing the redundant bits. Here we are removing redundant bits, and there are different type of techniques which help in source encoding. Then we have channel encoder. Channel encoder basically helps for you can say error detection and correction. So this particular block. Then we have digital modulator. Digital modulator or same thing which helps for the modulation, and digital here because we are passing a digital signal. So this is a digital signal, and then we need some carrier signal. So carrier signal is a high frequency signal. So accordingly if we will be using ASK. So ASK means at the high signal, when your signal is 1, so you will receive some signal. When signal is 0, so there will be no signal. Then at high you will receive some signal. So this is basically ASK. And similarly you will be having FSK and PSK. FSK is frequency shift keying and PSK is phase shift keying. Then we have channel. Channel is just a medium to transmit a signal. Then digital demodulator, again the replica of this. Then channel decoder. Channel decoder, different bits which we have added to it, those bits will be removed and analyzed here in the channel decoder. Then source decoder, it does the opposite function of channel encoder. And last is the output transducer, which is actually transmitting this whole signal, this digital signal, into an actual form which we have used at the source point. So hope this block diagram is clear to you. Then I have explained it theoretically as well. So input transducer, this is a transducer which takes physical input and convert into electrical signal. Example, microphone. Microphone I have used since I am sending, since if I want to send a voice signal, so that voice signal is basically converted into a electrical signal, and then accordingly it will be converted into a digital signal, because electrical signal is like this. So from this it will be converted into digital signal, and then it will be analyzed by binary sequence, and then it will be encoded using source encoder, channel, then further channel encoder, then digital modulator, then channel. So I think these particular blocks will be clear to you. Then we have digital demodulator, channel decoder and source decoder. Basically channel decoder is after detecting the sequence, does some error correction. It does error correction. The distortion which might occur during the transmission are corrected by adding some redundant bits, right? So this addition of bits helps in the complete recovery of the original signal. Then we have source decoder, and which is doing actually the opposite function of the source encoder. Then output transducer, this is the last block which converts the signal into the original form, the form which we have actually sent to a transmitter. And then we have a output signal. Output signal is basically, this is the output which is produced after the whole process. The whole process, if we are sending a voice signal, you will receive a voice at the end of the basically the output transducer, which is a output signal. Then I have covered some differences between analog communication and digital communication. Since it may come that what is the difference between analog communication and digital communication. You should know this thing. So signal type I've used, this is using analog signal, this is using digital. Noise sensitivity, this is highly affected by noise, this is less. Channel capacity is limited number of channels, it can handle large number of channels since your data is at the form of 1010, so a large number of channels can be handled. Then we have error probability high, in this the error probability is low. Noise immunity also poor, and noise immunity digital communication good. Coding is not possible in case of analog signal, but in case of digital signal it is possible. Then signal separation difficult, and when we are using digital signal, so your signal separation is quite easier as compared to analog communication. Then hardware complexity, so it is basically more complex as compared to digital communication system. Then multiplexing, it is using FDM, and it is using time division multiplexing. Then cost is low. In case of analog communication, it has high cost. Bandwidth is basically low, and then bandwidth is high. And then finally power consumption high, power consumption is low. And there are several other you can say the points, features which I have used to compare these two. Then advantages of digital communication, the speed of digital transmission is quite high, therefore message transfer almost occur instantly. The process of digital communication is quite efficient because speed and accuracy are always maintained. Then wireless nature of digital communication can be used to establish connections globally without major geographical constraints. Then digital communication has the ability to minimize bandwidth consumption by multimedia sharing using bandwidth division. Then digital communication is a cost effective method as compared to other forms of communication that need a central system and other stations. So comparatively digital systems are much more advantageous as compared to other systems. Then there are some disadvantages as well of this system. So here power consumption is basically high as compared to analog communication system. Then privacy concern, digital communication involves sharing of personal and sensitive information online. So there is a risk of data breaches, hacking and unauthorized access basically. And higher cost, digital communication system is more expensive than analog communication system because digital communication have various error detecting and correcting mechanisms, because since it is using different circuit, different systems, so cost may sometimes cost will be high in case of digital communication. Then I think now you can answer what is digital communication. A digital communication is basically a communication system which is using digital signal and which has several blocks, like main block is source encoder, channel encoder, source decoder, channel decoder and source decoder. So there you will be explaining all the block diagram, all the blocks. Then why digital communication is preferred over analog communication, there you can add the point which we have discussed in the difference. So you can add positive points of digital communication over analog communication in this to answer this type of question. Then what are the basic building block of digital communication? So the block diagram which I have explained, so that block diagram you can tell in this particular question. And then the last is what are the advantages and disadvantages of digital communication system. So there you can quote some advantage and disadvantage of digital communication system which I have just explained to you. So I think this topic, this lecture is clear to you, and thank you. Jai Hind.